Welcome to a solo episode of the Hot Down Pod, brought to you by Playbook Sports. No Will here today. My Kobe to my Shaq, all that isn't here today, man. He's on a mission right now, so we're praying for Will, hoping he works it all out. But today, I'm going to be reacting to your hot takes. Not my hot takes, your hot takes. I put some stuff on our Instagram at Playbook Sports HQ, on our Twitter, same at, and then also on our YouTube community tab. I want to try that out more. We didn't get much interaction on there, but show love on that, man. If you guys want to, this is our biggest community. YouTube, we get the most interactions out of any platform, so I need you guys to interact more than any other platform, because YouTube, y'all let me down today, man. Y'all had the least amount of interactions, and the interaction was actually from me. So let's just start with that one. Let's start with my hot take before I put out your guys' hot takes. You know, when it comes to hot takes, I feel like when you say a hot take, you're not doing research on the hot take. You're just spitting it out, okay? So I didn't do no research or nothing for any of these hot takes. I'm just going to give you guys my honest reactions. And the first one is, by me, Bryce Young is not a bust, man. Okay, so real quick, I want to preface this. I put this comment on our community poll out like 20 minutes before he got benched. And that bench scares me, I'm not going to lie. But the GMs are the ones that did that, not the coaching staff. I just feel like if you set a player up for failure, he's going to fail. Like, there's a rare few players that could succeed in Carolina, and one of them was named Cam fucking Newton, who's realistically, like, as a talent, one of the best to ever do it. Bryce Young might not be that, but I don't think he's a bust. I don't think he was worth the number one pick, but that doesn't necessarily qualify him as a bust. To me personally, you look at Baker Mayfield, you look at Sam Darnold, they're hooping. Once they get out of Carolina, they start hooping. Bryce Young, on the other hand, he's stuck in Carolina. I think a good test would be if the Panthers pull a Chargers and kind of say, like, fuck what we've built. Let's get an O-line and protect this quarterback. I think the Panthers would be a lot better with a better O-line. I think that's their biggest need. I think if they do end up with the number one pick this year, don't draft another quarterback, bro. Because respectfully, like, this kind of goes into my take as well. Like, Shedeur Sanders, Quinn Ewers, Carson Beck, like, all these guys are cool, but you're not starting those guys over Bryce Young. Bryce Young was a much better quarterback prospect coming out. Excuse me. So I wouldn't personally overreact or pull the trigger on any of those. Now let's start looking at some of your guys' hot takes. I'm going to talk about it all. On Twitter, we got a tweet from @JagsBetter, and he said, Jacksonville Jaguars. I don't know really how that's a hot take, but, I mean, we could use this as a moment to talk about the Jaguars for a second. The Jacksonville Jaguars right now, I believe, are 1-1, I want to say, on the season. I don't want to say they're disappointing. I think they might be the worst team in this division, though. I like the Titans' defense a lot better. The Colts, when they look great, look like one of the best teams in the NFL. But you see games like last week where they look like shit versus the Packers. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars will finish with 7 wins this season. I think our division might be one of the most well-balanced, other than, obviously, my Houston Texans, who are going to be number 1 in that division for sure. But I think every other team, like, it's going to be a claw to kind of get in that 2 spot and try to set yourself up for wild card positioning. The next hot take, I guess, goes hand in hand with this one. This is another Twitter one from SportsWiki96, and he said, Trevor Lawrence is overrated. Oh, we're doing that? Trevor Lawrence is overrated? I mean, what do you define overrated as? I feel like most people would have Trevor Lawrence in that 8 to 13 range. So do you believe he's a 15, 16, 17 quarterback? I don't. I personally don't think he's there. We got Pickle coming through. Shout out my cat, Pickle. He went behind the wall. Maybe if he gets a little closer, I'll pop him out. But, yeah, I mean, Trevor Lawrence overrated to me. Is he worse than a Tua Tagovailoa as a talent? I don't know. I think Tua might have a better deep arm, but Trevor Lawrence might be just a smarter football player. Who else is in that lower class of quarterbacks? Maybe like a – let me see. This is why maybe I probably should have done a little more research on it, but I don't want to, like, be pressing y'all with all these stats and shit when it's like it is what it is. Like, Trevor Lawrence this season better than a Joe Burrow? Are we going to have that conversation? I'm not. A Dak Prescott? I don't think he's better than a Dak Prescott. Like, I feel like he's proper. I feel like he's in the proper. Trevor Lawrence or Jordan Love is the one y'all need to know, because I think Trevor Lawrence is better personally. I think Trevor Lawrence is more accurate, probably across all levels. And yeah, I mean, this season's going to be the one to show it, because he's not playing with the receiver weapons that he usually plays with. Let's go into the Instagram takes now. These were the ones. This is where y'all got spicy. Sevs, do you miss Tyreek Evans? Not NFL, but I do. Not NFL, but I do. I do. Joseph, shout out Joseph, man. The Dugout Podcast available on Playbook Sports. He says the Seahawks end the year with the passing defense better. Sorry, the best passing defense since the Legion of Boom. Let's chill on that one, Joseph. I know what you preface passing. I appreciate that you did that, brother. But, I mean, Richard Sherman, Cam Chancellor, Earl Thomas, Byron Maxwell, those are kind of your four secondary players. The new Seahawks, it's Tariq Woolen, who was a great rookie, kind of declined last year as a sophomore. Devin Witherspoon, he's cool. He's a really good for a young corner, but I don't know if he's a Sherman, Cam, Earl, maybe Byron Maxwell, but I don't think he's there yet. Julian Love and Rayshawn Jenkins, like, bro, those dudes aren't on the Earl Thomas, Cam Chancellor level at all. I think the main reason for this take was they have Kobe Bryant as their other free safety, who's a former Ram, and I think maybe that's where Joseph was probably feeling a little too good. But, yeah, I don't agree with this take at all. But, hey, you know what's good? Like, you don't want to give me a hot take that I agree with, then it's not a hot take. So, thank you for sending this in, Joseph. Shout out my girlfriend Winter. She commented, liking teams from cities that aren't your hometown is OD. I think she meant odd, but you got to work on that spelling, baby, if you're dating a journalist. Don't do that. Come on. Odd to like a team from not your hometown. Like, I'm supposed to root for the Rams, the bum-ass Rams, the Chargers. You think you'll ever catch me rocking a Herbert jersey? Come on. Come on, be for real. Me and a Herbert, the Lakers? You think I'm a root for LeBron? What? No way. Clippers, I'm not doing that. Dodgers, I mean, I'm a Braves fan, super casual, but you might catch me rooting for the Dodgers here and there, not going to lie. Just because only time I ever watched Dodgers games is with Dodgers fans. So, you can't be that guy. I'm not trying to hate just to hate. Can't hate just to hate, but I definitely hate on this take because, come on, like, I'm a Texans fan because I started watching football when Deshaun Watson was rocking and rolling at Clemson, and then he came to the NFL. I'm a ride for my dudes, the Thunder, Russell Westbrook, KD, those were them boys in 2011, 2012 when I was just a kid, and now I'm going to still rock with them. I'm going to hold it down. And then the Braves, again, I'm a casual, bro, but I love Ronald Acuna. So I'm going to rock with my guys regardless of what you think, baby. At the Insider Sports says, the Raiders will make the playoffs. This is going to be the last one we end it off on. Oh, man. The Raiders are so weird because in the offseason I said this. I said the Raiders are going to make the playoffs. I think if the Raiders could figure it out, then yeah, the Raiders could make the playoffs. I don't know, though. I'm not going to say. I mean, they're in a tough division. They got the Chiefs. They got to go through the Chargers, who I think are actually legit this year. The Ravens win was a fluke. I'm not going to lie. The Ravens win was a fluke. But with all that being said, I think that they're not going to make the playoffs. I don't know if any of these takes y'all will agree with in the comments. So you guys let me know if you actually agreed with one. And if you disagreed with one, comment what you think the worst take was. But make sure you guys like, subscribe, and follow. But most importantly, run the play.